Spain. The Marines, however, began life in 1664, and this year sees them celebrating their 350th year of existence. Sport has played a major part of the celebrations, and earlier this autumn, Gibraltar Rugby hosted the Marines in 2 exhibition matches. This past weekend saw major celebrations on the Rock, with the Top of the Rock run the focal point on Saturday morning. The event began just after 10 in the morning in Casemates, with registration before the runners headed to John Mack Square, led by the band of the Royal Marines, to be waved off on the ascent to the top. For some it was clearly a race, while others took the course in their stride. It wasn't long before the lead athletes came into view by Trafalgar Cemetery, as they began the climb up Rock Hotel Hill and into the Gibraltar Nature Reserve. As the runners traversed their way to the top, we headed to the finish line to wait. A little over 20 minutes after the race had begun, the lead runners came into sight, and it was Royal Marine Josh Davis who was to finish first in 20 minutes and 7 seconds. The Royal Gibraltar Regiment's Lance Corporal Arnold Rogers was next to appear at the finish as he clocked 21 minutes and 30 seconds, while third place went to Lieutenant Commander Rob Garner, the commanding officer of the Gibraltar Boat Squadron. They were then followed by a steady stream of runners making it to the top, and whilst they came home, I caught up with the winner and lead runners.
I think it's great because obviously the history, we're taught from when we first joined the Royal Marines about the history and about things like Gibraltar, so to come out here for the 350th birthday and to run up the Rock, because I think it's a great way to end what's been a great year of celebrating for us as the Royal Marines, but to come out here with the people of Gibraltar and really get involved. So it's brilliant, a great day.
Not a bad time to make it to the top, first man home. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't sure on what time I was going to run, but first man home, it was nice. So wasn't sure who was going to be here, but 20 minutes 07, I was really quite happy with my time, so it's good.
Any plans to maybe come back and try and beat that time in the future?
I'd love to. Hopefully in the future, yeah, I'd love to come out and try and beat that time if we can maybe organise something similar to this event. I think this is a brilliant event. I don't know if there's other events similar to this, but I think it's a great event, well organised, and really glad that it went as well as it did.
I thought it was alright, to be honest. It was a little bit like demanding, but it's alright. I don't know.
Yeah, good, great event. Good to see so many runners turned up. Obviously Superman and obviously the Governor included. It was a tough event, very tough event, some fast runners out there today.
You put a lot of time and effort into your time with the Royal Gibraltar Regiment. With the Marines' 350th anniversary, it must mean something extra special to have beaten A, Superman, and B, beaten a lot of Marines to the top of the Rock.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to show them that obviously this is our Rock. We have trained hard, and we did all right today, I think. So it's good.
For those participating in the event, there was a real sense of achievement, and all were proud to have taken part, as I found out.
Hoofing, man. Absolutely. Big thing for us. One word.
Exhausted, yeah. It's part of Royal Marines tradition, so to be part of it, it's a great privilege.
Very, very proud moment to celebrate 350 years in such a unique place like Gibraltar, which is your battle honour.
Yeah. Great obviously Gibraltar's had a huge amount to do with the Marines for many, many years, so to be here 350 years in, it means a lot to everybody.
It's great to see the old boys here as well, and I think that's much appreciated.
And it's a complete team effort. You are one big family.
Yeah, literally. Like, even if you left the Marines, doesn't matter. You're still part of the family. You still once a Marine, always a Marine. It's always the way forward. So
I was discussing tactics at 2 o'clock this morning in the Lord Nelson, and with Ivan, who's the local resident Royal Marine here, I think, and he challenged me. But I noticed he's not here. I haven't seen him anyway. But so yeah, one of those crazy things.
To have made it to the top and be part of the celebrations, how does that feel?
It's fantastic, isn't it? And this sort of history is incredible here in Gibraltar, and with the Lord Nelson, which is set up as a tribute to himself, and then to have the Marines there last night and over the weekend is just great. Really enjoying it.
Glad you made it at the top and enjoying the spectacular view.
Thank you. I'm here with Port Regis from Dorset to run the Rock. This year is Port Regis' year to support the Royal Marines as their charity. So we've come with a few of the pupils and the headmasters here. Someone I think is finished, and so we're supporting that for Port Regis School in Dorset. Yeah, so we've done it. Yeah, it's fantastic, and what a great cause. It's very humbling to be able to get here and do it. Yeah.
It's to support the Royal Marines, of course, and they need every penny they can get, so it's good to be here to do that.
Almost before the first runners, which must have been quite an achievement.
Yeah, we got a bus halfway up, of course. That's one does. No, we didn't, did we? Nikki didn't get a bus, she actually did it for real.
I enjoyed finishing it for sure, but I just enjoyed being here and having the opportunity, as Steve said, to raise money for the Royal Marines.
For one runner, this was the second ascent to the Rock in the past week. Local veteran runner John Lewis had taken to the route last Tuesday in what was his 1805th trip to the top. Last Tuesday was a poignant day for the veteran runner who logs and records all his runs as it coincided with the anniversary of Trafalgar Day, the 21st of October. John, along with training partner John Alonso, was seen off from in front of the Jumpers building in Rosier Road by none other than Nelson himself. Just under 40 minutes later, John came into view at the top, completing his 1805th Top of the Rock run. A remarkable feat and effort, with the local veteran distance runner already looking at his next key date in history. Although the local rhythmic gymnastics competitive season is still a few months away, the association continues to train all year round. This past weekend, the elite squad were put through their paces by visiting GB elite coach Debbie Howe. I went along during the course of the weekend and spoke to GRGA head coach Sally Holmes and visiting coach Debbie Howe.
Deb is a very experienced coach in the UK, and she's obviously just come back from the Commonwealth Games where they had a fantastic season and came back with medals for the first time. So bringing her out here to help us with our squad is one of the best ways to start our season.
You've got quite a few elite gymnasts now as you look to your Campo series and further afield back in the UK. What do you expect from them this year?
Well, we're hoping this year to actually get more girls into maybe the junior GB squad, and we're going to really push for the UK this year. So we're really hoping with Deb's help that we can actually get more girls passed through the BQT system.
As we've followed rhythmic gymnastics over the years, there has been success in the UK. You really want to build on that now?
Yeah, this year we're really pushing for the UK system. So although we're going to be competing in Spain, we're really going to be concentrating on the UK.
And if we look at the Campo circuit, it doesn't normally start until after the new year. Lots of numbers coming back to the sport after the summer break.
Yeah, we're actually full this year. We're actually the biggest we've ever been before, which is really great. And I think it's been the success from a huge Commonwealth Games, and I think obviously from the success we've had around the Campo.
I've come really to work with Sally. There's been a lot to get ready for next year's season. There have been changes in the rules ready for next year, and to help her to prepare her gymnasts and to share the knowledge that I've gained through the games.
Well, you were at the Commonwealth Games, a very good showing from Team England and in fact all the home nations at the Games. Enjoyable experience?
Yeah, very good. It was good for me because I had two gymnasts there, so I had Laura Halford in the Welsh team, and obviously an amazing experience to watch your gymnast come away with medals, and Stephanie Sherlock also trains with me in the England team, and I went as the England coach, so a massive experience.
Give us a bit of your background about this high performance and the other things you do with rhythmic gymnastics.
I've been selected to go on a high performance course which will start, for me it will start next year. It's actually starting this year, but I'm away at an international, and it's really the next stage of development for me. It's run by Adrienne Stan, who's an enormous person in the sport, and has got so much knowledge, and it's very much geared at helping and preparing coaches with international gymnasts, so to help develop the sport even further.
How have you seen the growth of the sport in the UK in the last dozen or so years, especially with the Eastern European influence that's come into the sport with the migration of people to the UK?
I think when I first started, I was an artistic coach to start with and then moved over to rhythmic. When I first moved over to rhythmic, it was quite, there wasn't so many people involved in it, but the technical committee have done a really good job at trying to broaden the field to give more opportunities to children. So there's now more group competitions, which there never really was in the UK. There is much more over here in Spain, and developing many more competitions, so give experience.
You've had a weekend on the Rock with the young elite gymnasts of the Gibraltar Rhythmic Gymnastics. How do they compare with the likes of the people you are training in the UK?
exactly the same. They work really hard, they're incredibly talented, and you know, they've got a fantastic coach. Sally's amazing, so you know, she's got so much experience in body preparation, in preparing them and making them rounded gymnasts and looking after them, that whatever they will achieve, the best they can ever achieve with Sally, and whatever that is, it'll be fantastic to watch.
That's all for this week's programme. Tune in 7 days' time for more of the Rock sporting news. From the Sportsport team, thanks for watching and bye for now.